I got to talk to two great guys, Kyle and Trevor. Now, these guys let me in on a little secret. They said, cops? Nope, that's not what they said. They said that people call the cops when they're in trouble. Cops? Who do they call? The SWAT. I know what you was thinking. Not those other guys that go and kill ghosts, but cops call the SWAT when they need help. And Trevor and Kyle are part of the SWAT team here in Houston. And they're at their peak performance. They have went through numerous injuries later on in life, but still have been able to bounce back, not only to help protect cops, but also to serve the community and to be just fun guys. The chemistry was off the charts, and I really enjoyed talking to these guys because I really felt a sense of two guys that were really in touch with not only the community, but with who they are inside, and not afraid to be vulnerable when it comes to having those tough conversations about us getting older and moving into our later stages in life. But also, too, making sure that we reach our peak performance. So, have you been enjoying this? I have, because I've been here the whole time. So, shall we? All right. Come on. Keep watching.
I was just with dudes the whole time, and I did two tours, and he quit to Iraq too. I did 2 tours in Iraq, and went to Coast Guard. Yeah,
Crazy, right? Who'd have thunk? Yeah.
Coast Guard get the Coast Guard, not
So there's an island there, and then we'll come back. So there's an island called Bahrain, right? The Navy has like a big base there. So what I did was called Deployable Specialized Forces. So we did counterterrorism and narcotics operations. So Iraq, they were doing offshore, doing all the fighting. And there's rivers that run between Iraq and Iran, SAK rivers. So our job was to go up and down those rivers and look for a lot of the Iranians would do is they would look weapon caches on always old sunken boats. So the Iranians would come over, they can access the munitions and the arms. When the groups over there seized like a whole big tug full of like Linden mines, like anti-ship mines. Yeah. No, they said we did. When he called me, I was like, what?
the U.S. Coast Guard.
The U.S. Coast Guard. Not Middle Eastern Coast Guard.
But it wasn't the same. You didn't see pretty girls.
No, that was just all. You saw a couple camels.
You saw a couple camels just ride. And you're like, there's no camel. This is the job I want to do right here.
Two.
You like two. You like, this is the one I want to.
They're like even numbers.
Yeah, she got. Yeah. So not as pretty, Coast Guard, but yeah, you went over. So what's that rate? Yeah.
Man, it was fun and it was shitty at the same time.
Yeah.
So I went into it wanting to go fight.
Yeah.
I'm a fighter by nature. I mean,
True facts.
we're both on a SWAT team also. So
Now,
yeah.
we're gonna talk about that.
Yeah. So we're both police officers for League City, which is halfway between Galveston and here.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, it was wild.
It was wild. Okay, cool. You ain't gotta say no.
Yeah,
it was. Yeah. Oh, wow. So like now you Kyle. So you're out there, and are you in great shape? Are you eating the
MREs?
The MREs that everybody hates?
Yeah,
so much.
they're terrible. Yeah, we had to. So what we did is we lived. A lot of times, we lived with the Iraqi people. So we would take over a house, and I was part of we call them small kill teams.
Okay.
And what we did is we would go infiltrate an area, where we knew there were terrorist bad guys. And so as soon as we would stay there for days and days and days in this one area waiting. And if somebody was in the house, they had to stay there. We couldn't let them leave because then they're going to rat us out. So what we would do is
like the move.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
So it would be, we'd go in wearing old desert uniforms, which is what the Iraqi army wore.
Yeah.
So we would wear those. So when we would go into our house at like 3 a.m, everyone's usually asleep. So people looked out, saw us. We were just on foot. They thought we were Iraqi army. So we would take over a house and just wait for bad guys to come out and shoot at contractors or whatever. And, we kill them and then we let our guys pick us up and
Guilty.
Yeah.
Because I was about to ask him.
Yeah, we call it SKTT.
Okay, well, that's HKTT. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to get some free.
Yeah, it's the military. Everything's abbreviated. Oh, it's our favorite.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all meet in the service or did y'all meet after?
No, we hit the police
Part
department.
that's it, and then y'all was like, heck, I was in the coast.
Yeah.
Well, I like to say that, well, usually it's the Marines, but it's like, why join a Ghost Guard? It's like I passed the ASVAB. So I'd be joining any of those.
Yeah, okay, you're right. I always wanted to join the Air Force, but I was just like, man, I gotta put colorblind.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, that killed my dream of like, being Top Gun, being nice.
That's the only branch though that we can make fun of. Y'all, universally, the Ghost Guard can. Universally, everybody jokes around about the Air Force. We call them the chair force.
The chair force.
So universally talk shit.
So whenever, like, I didn't know anything about Coast Guard, but when my brother wanted to join, my younger brother, I was like, dude, go to the Air Force.
You told him go to the Air Force.
Go there.
Awesome.
Yeah, you get treated right. You don't deal with the nonsense of just people in your face, things like that. I dealt with a lot of stupidity where it's like, man, I'm a grown ass man. I knew going into it, but I was also a little older when I went in. I was 21.
You say a little older, like you was 35.
Better than 18-year-olds coming in straight out of high school.
I thought I had a chance to still in the Air Force, and I'm not colorblind. No, what people has to be battery. This doesn't, guys. I'm gonna need y'all talking through this. Yeah.
You should make that with Steve Funk and then
I am ready. Listen, Kyle Cruz can do it.
Yeah.
No, he can do
Man,
it.
he's shorter than me.
He definitely.
There's a chance.
I've seen Tom Cruise in person.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, he looks exactly what you think he's like.
Aura.
He is. Yep, always wears a white shirt and blue jeans, like glasses, everything. Really, he looks just
The Scientologist following.
No, he doesn't. I don't like. He really doesn't have. It was like him and his son, and he was out there and he shook everybody's hand because because everybody didn't know who everybody see him and they started to hear whisper. Like Tom Cruise is out, like Tom Cruise. You looking, you can't see him because he's down here. Oh, there he is.
Think he can give you a hug.
There he is, and I was just like, Tom, what's up? He looked, he's like he knows me, like he knows, like I played on me. Yeah. It was Tom Cruise, and I sat there and watched from the back, and he shook everybody's hand, and he was just like talking to everybody. Great, everything that you see on TV, smile, it's all there. It's all cool. Yeah.
And that's as old as he is. Yeah. And he's still able to do like all his own stunts. Yeah. See what I mean? That's the part that's crazy. So I know he's got to have some type. I mean, he's got the money. He probably has like a chef or whatever. But the fact he still can do all that's pretty. Yeah.
Okay, so to pivot off that, Taylor, like him as old as he is, in his 60s.
Yeah. You're telling me he's older than me.
Yeah. Do we think that Tom is on some type of peptides?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like being able to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And how is that
right
being in your 60s? Like how does that feel? Because I've been doing a lot of research for gathering a lot of data. You guys are my first SWAT ex-military in here. So and you guys have essentially, when we think about people in the service and as you guys look, we think that you guys are in the best shape at your peak performance. Like, so how do we feel as like being in that later age and is it possible?
So I'm in my 50s. I'm like kick 30. I'm 50 brain. So I've had 2 shoulder surgeries. I've had a back surgery. I've had a knee surgery. So your body takes a lot of abuse, right? Yeah. There's Achilles. Yeah. So it's yeah. It's like what turned me on last year. I tore my Achilles tendon in October. Pooping. I wish I was. I wish it was. No, I don't even have a full story. Tell the story.
Oh,
I want to tell the story.
tell the story. You got to tell the story, and then we'll get back.
So I ran, did like as you mile run. See, I wish you would have started it.
No,
it's not a cool story. You're a cop and SWAT.
We'll get us.
Yeah,
we'll
like
get a
you were
story.
chasing somebody, nothing cool.
Okay, nothing cool yet.
So I did that mile run, and I'm in a PD. So we have a gym in our police department, which is amazing. So we're allowed to take our lunch break, and you can go work out.
Yeah.
So you can take an hour to go. You keep it radio on you, but you can go into the gym and you can work out.
Okay.
So I ran my 2 miles. I'm like, have a bang out some pull-ups. I jumped to grab the pull-up bar, and it's dude, how lame is that?
Finish it. I'm gonna let you finish.
So it sounded like a gunshot went off, right? And my calf shot up behind my knee.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw my buddy under the bus.
Okay.
So I was working out with a friend.
Yeah.
Right? So he's on the assault bike. Like
I hate the assault bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I jumped up. I was like, ah, shit. So I'm on the ground, and my buddy's got his headphones on. Right. So he's looking at me, and I'm rolling around on the ground, like holding my leg. And he puts his headphone off. He's like, "You good, dog?" I was like, "Nah, man. Like I told him I killed his tendon." He's like, "Oh shit." Puts his headphone back on. Doesn't get off the bike.
No.
Swear to God. So I'm like crawling down the hallways. My partner at work is like 6'4". He's a big dude.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking officer and gentleman. I'm yelling, Todd. He kept picking up like a baby. Right. They carry me. You leap to the car. Right. You know. So I'm limping back, and then Sean's finally off the bike. So he's like, "Man, you did?" I was like, "No, bro. Like, I need to go to the hospital. Like, look." And my calf is behind my knee. And I'd be, oh shit. So I'm like, "I'll meet you in my car." So I walk, I'm hobbling out.
It goes back to the
Yeah,
sun. Back up.
No, it was. So I'm in my car and I'm waiting. I'm like, where is this fool at? I turn my hazards on. And then I see him, he's standing in front of the door. He's talking on the phone. Like, what are you doing here? He called his wife. This fool, I'm dying. He's dying. And he's on the phone with his wife. Not even kidding you.
He was trying to get what to do
I
from
don't know
his
what
wife.
he's doing, but I'm
No, she's a teacher.
Yes, she's a teacher. Yeah.
I was trying to say.
Nothing?
I was trying to say.
No,
it's furry.
So that's what led me into
Just how you.
I had the surgery. Hands down, the absolute worst I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
The recovery's miserable, but it was a workers' comp injury, so it took a long time for them to get me into physical therapy.
Mm-hmm.
So the scar basically runs from very top of my Achilles tendon below my calf all the way down to my heel. So they had to they took the tendon from my big toe, which helps you boot. So now I have a frame. But my big toe doesn't boot.
Right. Super rare, just.
Right. Yeah. So they took it off and grafted it in. The wound was taking a long time to heal. So the very bottom, like it was really scabby. The scar was probably the color of those ropes, beet red. And it was the leg, the tendon was super, super stiff. It was like hard to articulate my foot.
Yeah.
So I started doing all the online research. And one thing they kept steering me towards was the peptide, the 157. So the 157 peptide's got 50 different amino acids in it, but it's actually naturally occurring inside like acid in your stomach. So it's not, you have to pump your body full of like all these artificial chemicals and all that kind of stuff. So I knew Masters over this place out the nasty. I was like, "Hey, dude, like, what can I do? Like, this is killing me."
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, come out of the clinic, talk to our nurse, and there's a couple peptides and things we can explore." So I started the 157, and what I was doing was not in the tendon, but I would do one injection in the morning and one in the evening. So I was kind of rotating around the tendon. I'm not even kidding you. I think within a week, that area at the bottom where my heel was, because I've been putting on shoes, completely healed. The actual scar, the redness of the scar was almost gone away. That was in 2 weeks. So I did it for 2 months. So I think that, and then in conjunction with the physical therapy, and I've actually still mastered all the way here, since I ran the 157 about 6 weeks ago, and then even now, I feel it like in my shoulders when I'm lifting. I don't flat bench anymore. Everything is a dumbbell workout. So flat benching with the dumbbells, like I feel since I've stopped taking it, I've kind of just get more soreness in my joints. So I did legs Thursday, and my legs were sore today. So when I was still actively taking that peptide, the best thing is so I did around my injection site, and after that, it's just an intradermal. You just kind of inject it in your stomach. And the needle's small enough, like you don't even notice it. Okay, yeah, no, it's I mean between Kyle and I think we're very afraid of needles. We're pretty
I think y'all seen a lot of stuff in life.
Oh, no, sure, but yeah, it made a huge difference. So like the aches and pains you get from the gym, and I don't look really heavy anymore. But even working out, doing a pretty strenuous workout, I don't rest when I do my workouts. So I'll set up like 3 or 4 exercises. So I'm going with exercise to exercise to exercise. My goal is 126 to 133 beats per minute, keep my heart rate up when I'm exercising. But the soreness and back that wasn't there before, you know what I mean? At this age, you got to worry about joint deterioration, cartilage, your tendons aren't as flexible as they used to be. So I'm a massive, massive fan of the 157. And again, I could speak to it just because knowing what my leg looked like before I went in there. And I had a rear haul, unique, but it was amazing. And then while I was there, the nurse was like, hey, have you tried shockwave therapy? And I was like, I don't know what that is. So I'm thinking taser, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Bad thing.
Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was like, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah.
So I ever hear yeah, whatever. Yeah. So it's not a tattoo gun, but it's like this little plastic thing. So what it does is it helps break up all the scar tissue, promote healing, and it helps like push red blood cells in that area. It helps to blood circulation. Because obviously, like people with diabetes, the first thing you start losing your circulation is your legs. So in conjunction with the 157 when I first started, I was going here to get shockwave therapy treatments every Friday. So, and I saw the biggest improvement from doing that, even on top of, and I was getting from just going to physical therapy. So this what therapy is, twice a week, and it's for 30 minutes at a pop. They give you all this, exercise to do at home. And to me, it's more when somebody's there telling you what to do. Like you go to the gym, you have a personal trainer. It's easy to keep up with because they're like, hey, let me do this. You're like, I can do that. So I was not probably on top exercise I should have been, but I mean, I had that surgery a year ago, and I think with the conjunction of all the things I was doing, I was back to work all light duty in 6 weeks after surgery.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you saw him when he came back. So now this happened to him, and this had this helped him. Like, so how has this helped you being probably, once being the best shape of your life? You feel as though like this is helping you in this later season 8.
Oh, for sure. Most definitely.
Undercover age too.
Just the testosterone itself is, it's been huge for me. I was 31 when I got tested. And I was really low. And I had high estrogen levels. And so,
that would make sense. Yeah.
I was moody.
It's a bump in commercials.
I was moody. It was bad. Yeah. Rainfall, all that stuff. It just, not motivated to do anything.
Okay.
And I've always been one I was always motivated. I'm a very aggressive, in your face type guy. Yeah. I mean, I just didn't have that. Yeah. And, I was on the team, at the time, and I knew some guys were on it. And in my mind, I'm like, there's no way I put testosterone. Cause I thought, like, I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? Like,
no.
and that's how it was. And so it's like, you know what? I'll get set. And then you go, man, oh shit. So it's like, damn, I'm gonna be like Superman now, I'm gonna start this. But
Estrogen is great, testosterone not.
That rainfall really wore off, and it just, I felt like myself again, and I got motivated again. And so now, I still do day to day as a cop. Mm-hmm. And my wife runs the day to day at our clinic. She's a freaking genius. You're gonna be awesome. Yeah. She's amazing. She's been a medical nutritionist by education, and she's been in healthcare her whole life. Yeah. And so seeing now just the guys coming through and them, it's more of an educational thing because people don't know. I just don't know. It's like once they figure that out, the drill for us. A free testosterone test, like right now, just see you're feeling this, and then get guys all the time come in and like, man, I feel great. I feel amazing. And so that's been the coolest part about this is really seeing how we really are helping guys, just overall be better, empowering them and taking care of their health now is just, why not? And so it's been amazing. That's been the best part for me is seeing that. I knew how it was for myself, but now being able to help guys, help women, it's helping them. It's helping relationships. It's helping them be a better father, whatever that is, so that's been awesome. That's been a great part of it.
So now talk a little bit, because you said something about, I'm a man. Like this is something that I'm a man. So now I have to tell people. So even after this, I got to tell people, yeah, I want testosterone. Like,
Yeah.
I feel as though I'm like in shape, but I know there is a level of where I'm gonna go to. People feel like, hey man, what are you doing?
Yeah.
So what's that like? I don't want to lie to my homies. I don't want to lie like, and you being, I'm a man. So how did you get over that?
And so
You know what?
I've always been one to tell how I feel, and I don't really care what people think about me.
Okay.
So
That's true.
I mean, it's also a negative of mine where I talk too much. But you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, I'm going through this. So but for me, being overseas and going through what I went through then, I had PTSD, and so I was able to overcome that, and through mental health, and I saw a psychiatrist, and so I became this mental health proponent and trying to speak at the police department to people. Like, I'm kind of I'm seen as a hard ass around the police department. So if I can talk about my feelings, and it's like, hey, you can talk about your feelings, it's okay, like this is the best thing for you to do. You have to get this shit out to feel better. So me talking about testosterone, whatever is the time to be, that's the thing for me. So that's been the biggest part. It's like, it's getting that word out. It's not taboo, in a way anymore. Like I guess it used to be, people like, oh, they see the steroids. It's not the steroid. This is in your body. This is testosterone. You need to have it. And, if you're not, you're just going to feel like garbage, and that's one of those things. Like, why not feel at your best, if you need it. He was actually okay. His testosterone levels are great.
But reach testosterone.
UVA testosterone. Okay, so you're the first person that I've heard that like the testosterone levels was like great.
Yeah.
So now I feel as though I'm a girl and they're gonna tell me my testosterone levels are great.
And see, that's why, so like I like men's health. I went to another clinic before and I was like, man, like I'm not feeling like myself, in the gym, I was lacking motivation. You'd be just like the basic things we all go through. And I think we're very quick as men to say like, I'm just getting a little bit older, or, hey, this is something I need to fix myself.
Yeah.
So I went to a different clinic and they tested like, no, man, we can't do anything. Cordy, testosterone's great. I was, well, that's kind of a kick in the nuts. I don't feel like not great. So when Kyle opened up his clinic, I was like, man, I'm gonna go down there. It's my boy. Like, I'm gonna go down there. New business or whatever. And they check my testosterone. Like, your testosterone levels are great. Your free testosterone levels are toilet water. So there's a big difference. But it was just kind of shocking to me. I went from another clinic where they said, yeah, K rocks. We can't do anything for you. You look fantastic. Well, it's just the face. It's definitely a face. You definitely face. I would like to say that I am not a paid spokesperson. I did my best before I got here. And I had to sit up for a beer and a slap on the ass. So, yeah, Kyle's a cheap ass. Yeah.
Kyle,
Yeah.
Hey Kyle,
Throw beer, man. Hey, Kyle, man.
Guess what?
It's a punch, daddy.
Guess what?
At least a Frenchie or something. I was like,
Right?
I'll take some beers. Everything's the same. Short, everything proportional. Like, when can you work with me? He's like a beer and slap on the ass. So, yeah.
right.
But then going to Kyle's clinic, whether you actually need to sit down and talk to the nurse practitioner and even say like, hey, this is how I feel, this is what's going on, or whatever. Somebody actually listens to you. It takes your whole person is into account. The other clinics are very quick. I didn't even talk to anybody. I sat down, they did the blood draw, and then they said, we'll call you in a week. They called me in a week, and they were like, your testosterone's great. There's nothing we could do. That was it. So you don't get to sit down and talk to anybody. Like, physically, I felt different. Mentally, I felt different. So then you're like, okay, well, what can I do? What do I need to fix it? And ultimately, the fix is my testosterone levels are great, but I didn't have my previous testosterone. I almost had to use enough usable testosterone.
Nah, you're the first person that said a free testosterone. I heard about the good testosterone. And with the testosterone, the natural home bred's already added in your body, but then Gameday Health has another complementary testosterone to help that out. So it's free testosterone, the same thing as good testosterone.
So it's like your whole body could use an X amount of testosterone, right? But then there has to be enough left so it's a usable amount. So that's the thing, is somebody that's testosterone was like in the high 700s. And somebody in their 50s are like, wow, that's amazing. But when they break it down and say like, hey, this is actually a hospital's left your body to use, right? You're loved. So, I mean, I think I was like at 22, and it should be minimum, usually it's like 50. Okay. So I was at 22, but the other clinic we never even discussed it. I never had a chance to sit down with somebody and say, hey, I had rainfall. I'm really lacking a lot of gym motivation, Our SWAT team is very competitive. So, we have Chew and Saint, and you can test a year, you know what I mean? And it's Kyle and I are older ones. Like there's nobody on the team in their 50s.
Yeah.
So you're competing with guys in their 20s. So selection's never ending. What I mean is you get graded every training day. Mm-hmm. So you're out there every training day, you're being evaluated. Hey, how's this room entries? Is he on his game? How are his shots? So if we do a lot of simulations in training. So, hey, how's his shot placement right? Is he making the right? Is his tactics correctly doing that room entry? Is he processing everything correctly when you go into a row? And if you're suffering and you had the brain fog and you're really starting to lack a lot of motivation, that your work suffers, your mental life suffers. You can't bear so long as you, and of course a lot of times with Ben, they go home and probably not that plus the beer. Yeah, so going somewhere where they actually could address all that for me was pretty awesome. I did our repeating test. We do twice a year or struggle. Mm-hmm. If you build a PT test, you have one retry, but making sustained resistance. So you can be put off the team at any time for any reason. So, we had an individual that was on the team that was not catching on like he should have. So they pulled him in like, hey man, just so you know, like you're not practiced. You're not doing what you're supposed to do, and you're off. That's it. So your selection is never ending. You always have to earn your spot. You always have to earn your place. Do you feel like that's life? It is, but a lot of times in places in your life, you're afforded a little bit of breaks, right? So I was looking at this, like when, it's ability for trouble to call 911, when cops are in trouble, they call us. So we're expected to be there and be expected to show up and perform at a high level. There's not like, oh, hey, you just don't feel like it today, man, that's cool. Or, oh, you didn't get enough sleep last night or whatever. You can't make excuses.
I was this day years old, man. If people are in trouble, they don't let cops. Cops call you trademark.
Obviously, that's the first time I've heard that. That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
That's what it is.
And when the cops are in trouble, they call us SWAT. That's okay.
Yeah, and they're us too. Like we're regular police officers, so for us, like we have assigned vehicles to get our SWAT gear on there, and we have this a combined team.
Are y'all getting paid twice?
I wish that'd be cool.
So y'all, we need to get y'all paid twice. You can't be a cop, and be on the SWAT team. That's two different jobs. Yeah. I saw the movie with LL Cool J. I saw it was a good one. That was a good. So. Here it is.
He had to be on something too because he looked pretty damn good.
Right. Okay. I'll come back to you about your facility, but SWAT.
Right.
That SWAT movie, is that a good representation of like the SWAT? And what movie?
It's entertainment. It's Hollywood.
Okay.
Yeah. It's Hollywood.
They focus on operations a lot.
Yeah.
But like not the professional athletes, but in professional sports, a practice that leads you to the game, right? So for us, it's your ability to perform at the practice to be able to show up to the game and out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what they do is they always skip all the hard work that goes into that game, that performance at the end. And you know what I mean? I think that's what movies and all that kind of focus on is like, all cool shit. You know what I mean? And all that.
It's entertainment.
Yeah, that's the funny stuff.
But they don't all their preparation,
all the sweat, hard work.
Well, that's what it is. It's a lot of sweat, hard work.
So do we need like a police academy swap, but more where you saw the training
but nobody would go.
Nobody would go.
So police work is 99% boredom and paper and 1% excitement. I'm not a sissy. So I remember when I first started, I never went to college. I'm going to college now online, but I never went to college. I remember I wrote a report, and my sergeant was an English teacher. Right. Yeah. So whenever you send a report up, your supervisor reads it, and he'll ask questions or say like, hey, or whatever. He kicked my shit back and was like, hey man, that comment should have been a semicolon. Yeah. So I messaged back. I'm like, I don't know what a semicolon is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that. I don't know where to put that.
Thank you for being vulnerable and putting that out there.
For sure.
Sometimes I forget what a semicolon is. That's because what is it for? when are we gonna use it? I'm not gonna use it no more.
If Microsoft Word tells me to do it in my gamer check,
Graham, you saved my career, Graham.
For sure.
because you can type it like
Oh my god! And they all be me to like, come on, people, you know what the computer is? Yeah, and you're like, shake your fist like,
Oh, that was you. So Kyle, so now you have your facility. How long had you been, and how did you tell Taylor about the facility, or you Trevor. Sorry,
you're all hard. I get your son. All good.
Yeah.
Okay. Better than that. Yeah. Thank you. No problem.
So it was. I'd been marketing to my SWAT guys forever. So the thing about our SWAT team is we're a combined team with 4 different cities.
Okay.
So we're Leak City. We're also partnered with Pearland, Alvin, and Webster now, and so we're all kind of border each other.
Yeah.
So we've got 35,
36 guys.
36 guys on the team. So I was hitting them up first, like, hey, come get tested. So I'm back quite a few guys from local police departments, fire departments, things like that come in, and they split requirement.
It was fine. So you're basically like the guy come see and be like, hey man.
It's always that
like, better come to my clinic.
But he's nice now. I want to go say he's nice. That's not who he is no more. You're not like that no more. No. Don't. Yeah. That's the old Kyle, Trevor. That's the old Kyle. This is before.
This is a new Kyle.
This is a new Kyle. Yeah. So the new Kyle comes in. He's like, so what's your pitch? Because now I want to come. Not only okay, here it is, guys. So here's the thing I've been trying to do. As I'm saying, I've been trying to figure out like where I'm gonna go and how uphill I'm gonna go. So I've decided I would like to join the SWAT team. Boom. I want to join your team. And is this my requirement?
Yes.
I got okay. Yes. How are you pitching me? How are you? Are you? Do I get added to the group chat? I know that group chat.
But actually, so we
it's full of turbulence.
There's a guy that tried out for the Webster team and he couldn't make a PT test. He's come to my clinic, and I'm hoping this out just so he thinks I'm gonna put him on the team.
Yeah.
But no, he did lose some weight, and so yeah, he's come to our clinic. He was low on his testosterone, and it's gonna help him. He's lost weight.
And it really helps the weight loss.
Yeah, that.
Oh yeah, okay.
For sure. I mean, it helps.
I'm thinking he's a bit. Well, you don't get the Ozempic phase from testosterone.
That's what I don't. That's we don't want the Ozempic phase.
No. If you believe it.
You guys did you guys do this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We've
Little chance.
Okay.
Yeah, we've got the GLP ones. But yeah, I mean that it's been helping. And that's what Fate Raid is. They are huge proponents of us. I like to say, as far as even in the Gameday community, my team, watch your superstars. Yeah. My clinic's superstars.
Peak performers. That's what we usually have. You review it.
My wife is amazing. My clinical director, amazing, and she'll cut you. She's no nonsense. Yeah, she's a little Brazilian little girl. Okay, we need
face exterior.
You gotta get you in. Let's get some hot switchblade. Really? Okay, I'm coming. I'm coming there.
She's amazing. And our biggest thing is education. If we're not the right fit for you, so be it. But we still want to help in a way. Hey, this is how you're gonna be. This is the best thing for you. These are your options here. Take it or leave it. What we're doing, but it's all about education and it's empowering men. We have ladies coming in as well.
Usually we have that word empowering, and then usually the other way. I want to be a hard.
Yes, and it's one of those things too where you start getting that motivation again. But it's like, why not use this to the maximum effort? You can get the testosterone and not work out, whatever your project is, but get in the gym and you can really start seeing the difference in just overall your body, just losing that weight, gaining some muscle, gaining some muscle mass.
For men too, what a confidence goal.
Right, for sure. Yeah. Man, it's gonna help in the bedroom, and we have a lot of things, for helping in the bedroom, and it's just getting you confidence.
Okay, question. You boys, we hear you. I need a little bit personal. All right. So in the bedroom, is that like usually one of the biggest concerns for like men coming in? Is that like one of the man?
That's one of them. Yeah, that's a high one.
Okay.
And we're doing a lot of natural things that's going to help rather than just popping a pill, right? And even there's a peptide, PT141, which 30 minutes later, it's going to help, and then it also helps women. Okay. Their libido as well. So they call it the love drug, and so that's another one. But we still have the pills, but you keep sleeping. But like you said, the shockwave therapy, we have James wave, and it's basically breaking up that plaque that's not in your penis, so where you get that blood flow, and that's naturally occurring out at this point, improved in the back.
Right.
Are you the one that does those?
No.
Okay.
That's a nurse practitioner.
That's our good looking nurse practitioner.
Yeah, right.
The Brazilian, right.
Right. The good looking nurse practitioner. But I would feel safe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you are empowering men through.
And that's what everybody is saying. And that's through this whole thing. It's really going to networking events, and I'm the testosterone guy now. I was like, awesome. I want to be that guy. Condomy. We've got stuff that's going to help. If it's not through us, it's something else. I want to create a community of men, and to where guys are, and it may not be, it's not even through testosterone or whatever it is, but been feeling empowered. And I'm trying to start a group. This is something that's going to be in the making, where it is bringing in the leaders of the community, the people that are influencing people, whoever that is, and where we have this, meetup with guys, and it's helping the community, whatever that is, and whether it be talking about mental health or, things like that. That's something I'm getting around, and it's just, I want to help men be better for themselves, their families, where they're working, and that's going to help the community overall, and, that's kind of my next. I'm getting to where business is going to take off. I know it's going to take off, and then we've been doing really well, but that's kind of my next chapter in life, is where I feel like I can start, motivated people, helping people, and be that voice. I had no problem talking.
No. You motivational speaker.
Yeah, I'm ready to sign up. Let's run through a brick wall right now.
I drop a lot of M words and things in. It's about running through walls.
You're doing well. Like that.
I'm trying. Here, and I was like, I'm gonna ask him, is it R-rated? Because between the both of us, it's F bomb central.
Yo, hey, you're doing great, man.
Yeah.
It was nice. It was like pissed that she's like, Matt's like, hey, I want to break somebody with me, blah blah whatever. And his wife was like, they're like, well, hey, bring Trevor. And then she's like, after I said it, I could take it back. But she's like, it's going to be a fucking disaster. Like, you two guys in there for 30 minutes, unsupervised, unchecked. You know what I mean? So she was like, I went into the clinic, and Massey texted me, and I was like, hey, I'll do it. So I go in on Fridays, and she was like, oh my God, I was like, I don't know what to do. And we talking about it, she's like, I said it. I couldn't take it back. And his face, he smiled. I couldn't say no after that.
You couldn't say no. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you was just like,
go.
Keep going down.
Yeah, you said either we're going to be arrested or it's going to be okay.
I can't wait till you call and be like, guess what? Didn't get arrested. And be cursed for about 30 minutes straight, and I cannot wait to see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he's helping. His next step is going into the community, helping. As we come in and wrapping this up. What's like the next step for you? Are you joining Kyle and this adventure, like empowering men through the community work that you?
Absolutely. No.
Okay. Love it.
I go, and I said, somebody who is active as we are, with our work. But then, we're both married. We have both of us have kids. You know, I'm a big fan of like taking care of yourself, you know, and a lot of places they'll offer, you know, a type of support at all. Like even as then we don't reach out, you know, like we had some traumatic experiences in the police department. We were the first people on scene for the Santa Fe school shooting, you know, and as men, these police officers, there's not mental health.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, where do y'all come here? There's stuff there. It's bad. No. So I think after that happened, we went and we had a roo session with the guy, and it was about maybe 30 minutes, I guess. And we're all men, so nobody really talked.
It was,
and that was it. You know,
it was a good experience.
it was even, you know, men are just expected through their life is like you fixing yourself, you suck it up, and you be
It's tough.
yeah, it's very tough.
Yeah.
You know it, and you know when you feel like when you go out, you reach out to somebody that you know people are gonna be like, you know, hey, what's wrong? He's being a bitch. You know what I mean? You can't handle yourself. You got to talk about this. You know, kind of handle it on yourself. So it's nice, you know, having an outlet, having a resource. You know, and you go, and I like going to Kyle's place and said, I've been putting it off. I was like, you'd ask, I was like, bro, will you open up your clinic? And he was getting delays in construction. And I was like, this is some bullshit, Roger.
Getting built from the ground up.
No, we had to
just
be
the inside.
Yeah, just a little bit on the inside we had to take care of.
Okay.
Yeah, it was during the holidays, and the contractor we had was garbage, and so that was a fight within itself. So what was supposed to take 2 weeks ended up taking like 7 weeks, and so it was
Where is your clinic located?
we're friends with.
You're friends with Friendswood out there. Okay, yeah, for years. Booker T's from Friends.
Yes, he is.
Well, the team, the reality of wrestling is out there as well.
Yeah.
Y'all friends with Booker T? Like,
I wish I was.
not yet.
I need to get him in the clinic.
You definitely you get Booker T.
You'll be there.
We're gonna get. You see, we
Oh yeah.
gonna get Booker T.
Yeah.
There's your first outreach.
There you go.
He was gonna get.
I didn't get him talking about our clinic.
Yeah. As far as like staying in your peak performance, maybe, and babe, you could go from Kyle. Could you tell me about what it's like staying in your peak performance and what you have to do and what is that mentality on that? So I can take those. I'm gonna take notes. You can tell me like, you know, how to get there, how to get into that peak performance, because you guys, you know, and SWAT, you guys work for law enforcement. I don't know. I just feel bad calling you guys cops to your face.
Yeah, dude, I don't want to be like cops.
Yeah, like I feel like I don't want to be law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know, so essentially, you guys are in somewhat peak performance. You always got to be ready. Like the cops call y'all.
Mm-hmm.
So what does that like look like for you, and like how to stay in that
For me or Kyle?
for you and for me, because I'm taking notes.
I mean, I always say like you cannot out train a bad diet. You know, it doesn't matter how much you're in the gym, how much weight you move. If your diet sucks, you suck. You know, somebody who's tried like is it not a big person? Like I've been up at 200 pounds, like when I was lifting really heavy, and somebody that's not a big person, it's hard to consume that amount of calories you're constantly eating. And then it's a delicate balance, right? You're trying to put on muscle mass and lose weight. You got to make sure your protein's high enough, but you still want to create somewhat of a calorie deficit. Make sure your protein levels are high. So for me, like I've really started focusing on my diet, get my diet kind of dialed in. Being as old as balls as I am, you know, you kind of get to know a lot more about your body, kind of what works and what doesn't work. So personally, like I've really cut out almost all processed foods. Like I got away from all processed foods. One thing that's really convenient is that anybody can do. You go to HEB, they have the little metal trays that pre-made use. So they have keto meals, they have vegetarian meals, they kind of have everything. So you kind of get the whole nutritional umbrella kind of taken care of in one easy throw on the other package, right? So waking up to make sure as soon as you wake up, you're getting some type of protein in your body, right? Some type of carbs to give you your energy, right? You want to overload your breakfast. Then I go to the gym, then I get to working out. I usually have a protein shake. But as soon as I get home, I'll meal prep, and my meal prep's easy. I'll take either chicken thighs and throw in a crock pot, or I'll buy like a big pack of stewby. I think it's like $12 for 3 pounds of stewby. And then I'll cook that with like some snow peas, or I'll do broccoli, or something like that. So I'll have that, and then I'll have like a reason for dinner. And for me, like I know that if I eat late, that my body's doesn't give us my body a full ability to kind of burn it all, right? So same thing on working out. Like I'm working out, but I'm focusing on my heart rate. So working out, lifting, you think I need to put muscle on, but I also need to make sure I'm not putting on any weight. I think what happens is a lot of guys, especially if you're at a public gym, you lay down, you do a set of bench, you kind of sit here for a minute, you be trolling your phone, you wait a couple minutes, then you do another set. But the problem is you're not in that heart rate zone where you're burning anything. You're not doing anything yourself any good. Even working out, if you're concentrating, hey, I need to make sure I just do 3 sets of 8 reps, where you're not keeping that muscle on your spring lock. You know what I mean? So it doesn't really matter how much weight you're pushing. I mean, it's important to make sure you're lifting like a pump out a sensible amount of weight. But if you're lifting super heavy and only doing 3 reps, it doesn't do you any good. Yeah. So for me, it's really the diet component. This is a big deal to me.
Okay. Right. And one final word of staying in your peak performance. What you got?
It's going to be discipline. You have to be disciplined.
Okay.
And it's, I'm pulled in so many different ways now. And so if I don't write it down, it's not happening. So I've ADHD. So for me, it's really being disciplined, really sticking to my calendar, sticking to my hours. If I don't, I'll get to where I'm just in la la land, just scrolling or whatever. So it's like, I have to write it down or it's not happening. So that gym time I have to be disciplined in what I'm doing or it won't, and so when I get to work, I get in this level where you don't know when you're going to get that next, I'm in charge of our traffic program also. And so
3 jobs.
Well, we're a part-time SWAT team. So when a call comes, that's when we go, and then we do our training and everything else. But yeah, so it's writing that down, making sure I have to do it at this time, or who knows when I'll be able to do that. And so it's really about discipline for me. That's the big part. And he's amazing with how great he is. My diet is shit. It has to get better. Right. And that's the one thing. It's like right there.
Okay.
There's my guilty pleasure. Salsa and queso. Yeah, that's what it is. It's like I have to do better at it. And honestly, I've been failing at it. And it's where we've been, and there's no excuse, but just my wife and I being, starting this, and we're so attuned with that. And it's like groceries get put on the back burner. It's like, crap, we don't have any food. What are we going to do? Queso. So it's the big part. It's to be disciplined in all aspects, and that's really how you get to that peak performance.
Okay,
for sure, you have to be disciplined.
I appreciate
Good tired, bro.
Yeah, it's what it is. If you're not disciplined, then it's gonna go out the window. Yeah, because it's something you have to stay consistent with.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the information.
Yes, sir. Trevor, it's a pleasure meeting you, man. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much for joining me at the Peak Performance Lounge, and I think I'm ready to be on you guys' talk. I am ready for this.